stage. It's kind of a meme at this point, obviously. Arsene does make Joker's recovery a lot worse in a lot of matchups, and this is probably one of the most prevalent ones because of how powerful Ness's offstage tools are, especially Yo-Yo, which can absolutely boom Arsene Joker. But also generally, you know, stuff like the PK Thunder, which we saw earlier, take the stock very early. All right, offstage scenario. All right, catches with the tail end of the Yo-Yo. Generally, I think it's interesting to see which players go for which option when they're grabbing onto ledge versus Yo-Yo. I tend to prefer get-up attack. A lot of players prefer roll from ledge. I'm not sure if there's an objectively correct answer. Probably mixing it up is a correct answer, but I think it's interesting that everybody has their preference. All right, yeah, two very, very even games so far. Very interested to see what will cause this one to swing in one player's favor, or will it continue to be even up until the last hit scenario, you know? This could be pretty huge for Aryeh. It's looking like so far he's got a really good read on how to, I would call it like passive mash in Arsene's face. So not letting Arsene get that much mileage off of the increased power and everything, and just mashing to try to deplete that Arsene meter as much as possible without like being too overly aggressive. All right. Not space to cover the roll that time. And it maneuvers around the PK Thunder, but gets caught by the Yo-Yo ledge trap once more. That is a 2-0 lead for Aryeh.
Ness wins. Stop battle. Joker.
Right, here we go, game 3. Just a few minor adjustments could cause the pace of this match to swing violently. So I'll be interested to see if that ends up being the case. Very similar opening to the ones we've seen before. Very normal bread and butter early percent strings. Alright, chasing with the PK Thunder in that scenario. Could be a little risky, but in that position I think it was just an outright good for Aryeh. Alright, catches that, catches the disadvantage. We got a lead for Lanon. Not the first lead he's had this set, but let's see if we can make it fast. Alright, there's the grab, there's the dare, yep. And that'll take the next stock. Alright. This is a much, much different game. This is a very solid lead for Lanon. Kind of a checkmate position for Aryeh down there as well. He had to drift over there to avoid Lanon's edge guard, but then, you know, he couldn't be back to the stage just because of how Lanon was positioned. Alright, that'll take Lanon's first stock. Aryeh's win condition here is he has to deplete this stock without letting Arsene do anything and without letting the chip damage from gun or anything rack up too much. Not an undoable task, but it is going to be a huge test. Aryeh favor. Yeah. That should be it. I don't think he can make it back. Yep, can't bonk. All right, so very solid 2-stock from Lanon. That is a huge momentum shift. Let's see if the stage ends up changing or if we see a full PS2 set.
Stop battle. Joker.
Alright, here we go. Alright. Good disadvantage from Lanon there, avoiding all moves. And any one of those could have potentially killed him just because of how close to the blast zone he ended up there. Ooh, that's a really rough position. Yeah, he was put in kind of a really bad position just off the get there. Getting Arsene while he's all the way out there off of the baseball bat, having to recover high, and then just taking a very early death. Now it's Lanon who's going to be playing off the back foot for the majority of this game, unless he can find something very quickly. And I think this win con can be pretty difficult, right? Ness is really squirrely. He can mash buttons in your face. He can be pretty hard to kill without taking damage of your own. You know, you can definitely rack up the damage if you're able to play that keep away game, but you can't, Joker can't kill from afar. You have to eventually go in to kill Ness. And it's very, very difficult to land those hits without at least trading. Even if it's a favorable trade, in essence, you don't want to trade at all when you're down. That being said, Lanon's done a pretty good job stopping the bleeding out. Pretty minuscule amount of extra credit for Aryeh. We're going to see Aryeh employ the technique of just waiting out the Arsene meter. At these percents, I think that makes sense. All right. Arsene is going to very quickly took this back into a basically even matchup. This is a bad position though. Okay, he does still have his jump, but that should put him in a situation where he can't recover. And once again, Aryeh, even though Lanon did a good job at bringing it back to pretty even, Aryeh immediately took off with the lead again once it was within his hands. He's riding the wall, able to get around the yo-yo. This Arsene is one of the more crucial Arsenes I've seen in a while, I would say. This Arsene is very make or break. Missing that gun there, kind of tragic. Not able to get too much off that Arsene, you know, some good percent, but definitely not even in a position where he can reasonably kill without like a good confirm or a read into an up smash or something. All right, great mash. Able to keep his tournament chances alive, but slightly messes up the kill confirm there. Or maybe it just wasn't true there to begin with, or you knew a way out. All right. Oh, okay. That could have been the start, but Aryeh again, just able to punish coming out of the Arsene animation.